Hey, Hotep ENC. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to show you whatever I can. My goal is to show as many sisters as I can as possible. Um, it's there's a lot of information out there. I mean, there's a plethora of just not only just trading or whatnot or investment, but just being in charge of economy. I mean, it's a life. It's not necessarily like it's a mission or a job or something. I mean, it's actually a way of life. Because there's so many opportunities, and I'd be more than happy. Anything I have, I've been begging black folk to come and grab it. I beg them. I mean, I literally am like, please come and get it. Come. What's funny is I got more crackers that want information and and are really up on very very up on economics, and really, I mean, it's a very important concern to a lot of Peckerwoods and Negroes and others. I mean, it's like, I mean, you are a breath of fresh air when you sent me that. Thank you so much. You are a breath of fresh air, and I'd be more than happy. Anything I can give you, I'm begging for participation. I do have a site that was I had set it up over a year ago, and it was the only problem was I wasn't having enough participation, and I don't want to upload a lot of proprietary information from hedge funds, bond desk, and things like that, because it's if I don't get the participation and they start getting like errant emails and stuff, then all of a sudden I'll get a lot of questions asked, like and a lot of subscriptions might not the people that I deal with would be like, hey man, you got to find another broker. But anyways, I'd be more than happy to show you everything I know, anything. I'm begging any sisters and any youngsters. I had to change my entire thing to I will only deal with sisters and youngsters that are up to the age of 25. Anyone else, they're gonna have to work. They're gonna have to work doubly hard. But and the only reason is because there's a lot of all gimme and no here you go when it comes to, like, I mean, this is a kind of a business where you have to, like any business, you have to be so dedicated to it that it's not a get rich quick. You have to be so dedicated to it, and you have to really have your mental game intact. Otherwise, you will lose a lot of money. And when there's a lot of all gimme and no here you go, which was one of the things I was encountering for a while, um, I'd feel bad being responsible for people emptying accounts because they didn't have the mental outlook of work hard, or no, I shouldn't say just work hard, but really having the passion to learn everything you can about about it's a business. So the thing is I'd be more than happy to show you and give you. I mean, anything I have. I tell all the sisters, like I was telling everybody, please, first off, don't pay for it, because if I can find it for you free, I'm gonna find it. Number two, anything that you need, that just ask questions. I'd be more than happy to give you whatever it is you need. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. You let me know, and if it's information, I'll try to find it. There's a lot of information on 401ks, a lot of information on commodities. I was gonna start this message off with the Tea Party and what some of the senators, and this is my more this particular channel. I don't mind if it doesn't get very many views, because a lot of the things I might say might be pretty critical, for lack of a better term, and I may be changing things quite a bit. It's hard to hit a moving target. Um, the thing is, ENC is when you're getting into this kind of anytime you're into this type of thing where there's a lot of mental, because it's a very mental intensive business, extremely mental. Okay, I mean, it's like you got to know yourself. The first thing before getting anywhere close to it, and I wish I had done it when I first learned, is you have to have courses in psychology, and lesser in what's called gaming theory, but more of psychology. As our ancestors said, know thyself. And many of us think we do, and especially black folk, because we're very subjective. I mean, we're very opinionated. Well, in order to do this business, we have to almost think 180 degrees opposite. We have to be very objective. Okay. Now, in our original state, we're objective, but after centuries and centuries of what we went through, we became less and less objective. Therefore, that's why you see a lot of black folk on debates and debates. I mean, we listen to the radios, and we hear nothing but debate after debate. Look at the judge shows that come out. Judge Judy, Judge Hatch, Judge this, Judge. And it tells you how subjective and how unobjective that we've become over the years, over the centuries. So the thing is, in this particular business, objectivity is direct proportion to your account. And it's almost impossible when you start seeing money on the line to try to be as objective as you can. Patience is not only a virtue, but patience is the only way you can get paid in this business. You have to have so much, and that's another thing that a lot of our folk really, really have to like wrangle with each other, with events, with whatever it is patience. And here's what I mean: a market is going a certain way, and you know that you can just get paid. I mean, you're looking at it, you think it's, I mean, like I always say, you get four brothers in a barbershop, and the sky could be blue, and we'll debate on what color blue it is. I mean, we'll get into philosophical discussions about the Moors and Kemet and how blue the sky was then as compared to now. Those are the things that will make you broke. Okay. The thing is because objectively it's blue, but we put our opinions on it, and therefore opinions in market equals lack of money. Believe me, I've lost enough money in the markets to realize that over the years. The opinions in markets, you have to have a certain amount of opinion to say, okay, I believe that the market will do this, or I believe investments will do that, but not to the point where it's like you're going to hold hard on that opinion. A lot of black folk do. We love to hold our opinions very. I mean, we do. Just look at all the forums and the YouTubes and the blogs and the blog talks and the, I don't know, Ustreams or whatever. Look at all the opinionated and what we have. When we bring that to something that doesn't care about an opinion, i.e., a collective mindset of what's called markets or investment, financial, behavioral scientists, when we bring that, it's almost a direct proportion to lack of cash, or that mentality means you're going to empty out your bank account. It's an indirect proportion to your bank account. Basically, you lose money when you have that. So that's the thing. Before you even embark on something like that, psychology is a must. Okay, the aspect of knowing who you are, and it took a long time. I mean, this is one of those businesses you're holding up the most true mirror in front of your face than you could ever hold. And if you don't like the reflection and don't understand what the reflection is telling you, again, empty bank account. Even if you don't like the reflection, you know exactly how to change it. I.e., say for instance, the market. That's what I was going to allude to. The market's going down, and it's going down, and you know you can short the market, and you're saying, "Man, I got to get in on this. I can't. I mean, I've got to make up some money on this because I know it's going to go this way. Look at where the market's going." And then all of a sudden, you pull the trigger and you do a short, and you're like saying, "Oh, great." Then all of a sudden, the market goes against you, and you're like, oh no, I got in. Oh man, I must have picked the bottom. I got to get out of the market right now. So it's going against you, and you lose a few ticks, maybe a couple $100, and you're like, or it could be $2. And so you pull the trigger and you say, okay, I gotta close this. I can't lose any more. Then the market accelerates in the direction that you want and doesn't look back. So you lost $100, but you could have made 20 grand that day. That's the mentality, because you didn't hold to what are called setups or methodologies, or some people call them systems, but it's basically a methodology. You didn't behold to what you wanted, but because what we do in this business is not about being right, and black folk love to be right. But that's why we have blog talks. That's why we're expressing our opinions, and we like to hold hard, and then we get really into our opinions and how this person's right, how that person's wrong, and about how this. That is how you lose. Those are candidates for empty bank accounts, and that's why when you notice a lot of traders and the folks that do very good, they realize, understand, and overstand the laws of statistics and not the laws of being right. The statistics, if you have 80% of the time you know it's going to rain, that means 80% of the time you're going to get an umbrella. That's what this kind of business is. That means 20% of the time you're going to get wet. Okay? 20% of the time, if I could get losses 20% of the time, I don't mind. Even if I get losses 50% of the time. And this is really more of a business that says that 50% of the time you're going to be wrong. It's like being told you're wrong by everybody that you've known every other day. And or saying that, think of it this way. I always like to tell new traders this: you're walking out the house, and you're on a bus, and every other day you get on that bus, people are going to be looking at you saying you smell bad, and they're going to be running from you, and they're going to be, like you're going to have a 6-foot ring around you because everyone's saying how bad and how and that you got that your hair is undone. Think of that happening every other day. Okay, but this is the thing: you have to get on that bus, and you have to endure that every other day. But that's okay. The reason is because every day that people say that to you, say you have to pay $20 every day for people saying that to you and for that happening. But every day that they don't say it and that doesn't happen, you get $100. That's what statistics are. Now, if you have a good methodology, you want to increase that $100 to $300, and you want to decrease that 20 to 5. So it's going to happen where you have to get on this bus, and every other day this has to happen to you. Now, if you can really learn the insight and your physical and psychological perspective, you'll say, why don't I just go ahead and make it happen maybe every third or every fifth day that happens to me? So then all of a sudden that increases the fact that, maybe every other day you're making 100. Now every 3 days or every 2 days you're making 100, and every one out of 3 days you're only losing $20. Now all of a sudden you're increasing your statistics a lot better. That's what this business is all about. It's not about trying to be right, trying to I got to get paid, make money. No, it's about statistics. Realizing the advantage of statistics and putting them in your favor. Realizing that aspect, there's no way you can lose money. There's no way you can. I mean, I shouldn't say there's no way because anything can happen. I mean, markets crash. But I'm saying the high probability that you will, what's called zero of getting to zero, i.e., emptying out your account, you're almost like 0.000001 chance in that happening. There's a lot of statistics. If you go to Dr. Van Tharp, Dr. Brett Steenbarger, there's gaming theories. There's all and a lot of, because these are the folks that are billion-dollar hedge funds, billion-dollar quant boxes, billions and billions. I mean, I see it every day, and that's what they work with the statistical. You have certain mean, you have certain once you, but you don't have to know all of that. All you have to do is know who you are. That's where it starts. Know who you are and say, okay, I have something that I know that's going to do, and that 60% of the time it's going to do what I want it to do. That means that you have to set your risk to reward ratio at a very high reward, or I should say a very low risk to very high reward. So that way, whenever this goes in your favor, like every 3 times or every 4 times that it goes in your favor, that means that it has to go 10 or 11 or 15 or 20 times in order to you to break even. That means that the probabilities are in your side to like I said, it's a way of life, and it's it's very fun because you learn so much more about the outside world, and you'll learn more about yourself than you've ever known ever. You realize something that'll blow your mind. It's not just a thing about money. I could say it's even further from thinking about money than it is from thinking about statistics and thinking about setting something for yourself. Setting up a program for yourself that says, like I said, it's a way of life. And it's automatic. I've been working on my methodology to make things very automatic for myself, and I love it. I've been working on it all weekend, so that way, when I pull the trigger, I'm not even, like they normally say, good trading is boring. It's true, because every day you get on that bus and you smell, or every day you get on that bus and you look good and you feel good, and pretty soon you're not even going to know. You just realize, okay, this this was just one of those days. That people, this is just one of those days. I could care less. Because every third day or every fifth day that only happens to you. Then all of a sudden you're figuring out, hey, I'm not losing money because now every fifth day that they tell me I smell bad, I'm actually only losing maybe 20%, or maybe I'm only losing, at the very most, or not 20%. I mean $20, or every fifth day I'm only losing $10, But every time I get on the bus and nobody says that to me, I'm making $300, and pretty soon it's going to be so boring for you to even, it becomes very effortless, and that's the thing, when you cross that Rubicon, for lack of a better term, it's almost automatic, and things you become very numb to markets. You become very numb to it's almost like, okay, it's just another day. Then you can concentrate on the things that really matter, on the things you want to build, on the things that you want to artwork, media, the things that you do. But anyways, ECN, I was going to start this off with a different, because there's something I have to tell on this channel I can't tell the others, and it's very, very, and like I said, I'm going to be moving quite a bit, so this might not last. This particular one might not last long, but I'll send out wherever I'm going to be on the other channels. But yeah, I'm gonna give you a buzz, and those that are interested, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help. Hotep.